Josh Giddey is unlocking his potential, and it's a game changer for my Chicago Bulls. His court vision has become even sharper, his willingness to attack and score is on the rise, and his playmaking is turning heads. So, is Giddey proving he's a star in the making? Is this potential unlocked going to be something that changes the future of my team? And we're going to get right into that in this video. And the biggest thing we got to talk about is Giddey's willingness as a scorer, right? Giddey's willingness to go downhill and take shots like this, right? Like OKC fans will tell you before he used to be very passive. He would get very back-footed. He would try and always just look to, distribute. But moments like that, right? Like, it's a tough shot. Is it a shot you would necessarily praise? No. But, again, it's the willingness to do so. Again, and his three-point shot is starting to fall. The confidence behind the three-point shot, right? This Bulls team has completely changed because of Giddey's willingness to attack, right? Like, just look at it here, right? You're going to get the screen here with Zach Collins. Huerter's going to fade out. Giddey does a beautiful job threading it in between both and just gets the easy left-handed lay, gets the and one, and again can help change the course of the game. This is a Josh Giddey that, quite frankly, I'm going to be real. When the trade first happened with him and Caruso, straight up, I hated it. I was not high on Josh Giddey. I thought that he wasn't necessarily a bust or anything, but I just didn't think he was that good of a player. Since this month and ish, the dude's been averaging like 29 and 7 for this stretch, and he's been dominating. And again, my Bulls have now remained in the play-in still, but he's a big reason that we've helped really navigate what's going on, right? Patrick Williams gets the ball back up, and again, Giddey can just wait and go again. It's just the willingness to go up with it, right? To close the gap, right? Because he needed to get Pat some help. Knows that, the guy isn't going to try and contest it. Otherwise, it's a foul. He looks to, again, just, if this was the old Giddey, he'd find a way to pass his ball out to Zach Collins and he would move out the way. But instead, he puts his head down, flows, and one. The aggressiveness of Josh Giddey is what has changed this team. And honestly, it's changed, I think, what the NBA community thinks about Josh Giddey as a basketball player. His aggression was always something that was lacking when he was on the Thunder. Again, shout out to my guy, Auntie Mars, Garp, even Karma, big Josh Giddey guys. And those three clearly had a vision for Giddey that I just couldn't see. But speaking of vision, we got to get into Josh Giddey, the playmaker and passer. That's something I've always respected about his game. But man, has he stepped it up to another level? Because again, if you're an aggressive scorer, your playmaking is going to become even better. Obviously, anybody could have told you, if they were a Thunder fan back in the day, the biggest thing about Giddey's positive was obviously his passing and playmaking ability, right? He has a very high basketball IQ in terms of, how to get a pass across, where to pass, when to pass, right? And again, it's just little things like this, right? He's taking advantage of Luka not necessarily gathering. Buzella slows it down and just gets a slam, right? Now again, but Emster, he didn't really get the... Man, every player in the league has the same problem. I'm not hearing it. Giddey, again, hits Kobe White on the, the cut, but he does it with the idea, right, of making sure White actually goes for the three ball. Because if you notice where he throws it so White's able to stop at the wing, and he gets able to readjust and grab the three instead of having to drive his way down and force something uncomfortable. Again, great feed, right? I think that's always important. Entry passers are something that have become lost in today's game. And it's beautiful, right? Great defensive effort here by Muzelis and Giddey. Slows down, Vando jumps. Bron's behind. Dumps to Collin, who waits. And is able to get the tough lay. Again, is able to run the screen action. Effectively gets the bounce. And the shot falls. Giddey has effectively helped make this offense something that used to be, unbelievably slow-paced, a very ISO-heavy. And this is also important. Giddey's, again, this proves my point. Giddey's evolution as a scorer. If this was any other year of Josh Giddey's career so far, Luka Doncic, I don't care who it is, they are not jumping on a Josh Giddey 3-ball. But instead, right, he's able to get it out to Matthias, who LeBron doesn't really go up to guard, and they take the threes they can get. And mind you, right, so they're going to slow down. Now they're going into a transition, waiting. LeBron effectively kind of overcommitted to stopping, Herter on the drive for the lay. And now the Bulls are able to continue to build their lead. And I love this action here too, right? Because again, Giddey's really good at knowing how to manipulate a defense. So he looks his eyes down to Vooch. So AR starts to come over because he's like, okay, well, Gabe Vincent alone ain't going to stop this. So instead, Herter starts to cut, gets it out there, and gets the float, right? Josh Giddey has always been like a maestro of an offense. Like he really has in terms of the way he can distribute the ball, pass. That has always been his biggest strength. No one would ever refute that. So to see that on a bigger scale in terms of now he can actually become a diversified scorer and an aggressive and willing scorer changes the way that this Bulls team operates and how he can effectively be as a player, and he can become even better. Finally, we got to talk about Josh Giddey as a defender. Again, not a world-class defender, but I think it's important to note, right, like, again, you've got to show your peers that you're willing to put in the effort. Always, regardless of if you're on a terrible team or if you're on the best team in the league. You've got to be willing to show, regardless of your status as a player, you're willing to fight for every possession, right? And again, Giddey does a good job here navigating over, cutting off DeJounte, right? So again, let's just note, pin down screen, little action here, right? DeJounte tries to spin around. Giddey does a good job of effectively cutting off that pass and is able to then fight for more. And again, Giddey does a good job slowing down. He waits and he realizes, like, if I'm here, I'd get this ball to this corner, man. So Giddey goes, hold on, let me cut this out real quick. So he does a great job basically from, and it's important to note too, he takes great advantage of Levine basically taking up his eyesight, right? Like the man's eyesight isn't going to be there, right? So they're able to then intercept the ball and then but push into tempo. I think it's important, again, to recognize Giddey's a willing defender. Again, is he some A1 defender? Is he Alex Caruso on the... No. However, his growth is a big reason that this Bulls future could be something a lot better than we thought, right? So let me know what you guys think down below. Is this real from Josh Giddey? Is this just a hot month? Is this the I need a contract and then once he gets paid, he'll never play like this again? Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, this was Mr. No Hoops. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Peace out.